everybody, and welcome to my YouTube page. And this is kind of where I give my helpful tips and advice, or just things that have worked for me, or my aha moments that I've had with my Beachbody programs and going through that whole process. So today's video is all about kind of my crossover between Weight Watchers and points and counting and all that kind of stuff, and points plus plans and points plans and whatnot, to 21-day fix meal plan. And it's particularly with this program because it's so different. And it was kind of the one that I had the hardest time transitioning to. And I think a lot of people out there, when they make this transition or they try this program with this nutrition plan, we hit heads. We butt heads on a lot of the ideas and stuff like that. Okay. So just to say, I did Weight Watchers for a good majority of my weight loss journey until I hit a plateau where I needed something different. Like, I understood eating, and yet my portion control was really still kind of wonky. And I didn't realize all the things that I was eating. Like, I needed to look at my nutrition just a little bit closer. And I also needed a workout program that could kind of help me get through my plateau. Like, I walked, I was active, but I needed something more. So that's kind of what transitioned me into Beachbody. Okay, so as I was going through my Beachbody programs, I did T25 first, and then I did PiYo, and then I went into 21-day fix. Now, with T25, it was like all laid out for you. We didn't have the containers. I transitioned to that, and I still use my points plus in my brain. Like, I would figure out my calories, and then I'd figure out what that was points plus wise, and I would be able to transition that pretty well. Okay, so there is that. And then PiYo, again, I could lay it out. I knew what I could eat, knew what I shouldn't eat, and I was trying to figure all that stuff out. And also, I should say right at the beginning here is that I'd done Weight Watchers for so long that it was like ingrained in my brain. My points plus, not my points plus, but my points, because I was on the original point system, it made so much sense to me. Like, I would look at my food and I would be like, okay, now that's 3 points, that's 5 points, that's 3 points, that's 3, 3, 3, 3. It just made sense. And I would look at food as numbers. Okay. So when I was doing meal plans with T25 and PiYo, really easy, I could kind of adjust and I could mesh it well. Like, my points and my nutrition and planning, that kind of made sense to me still. Now, when I hit my roadblock, or my butting of heads and nutrition stuff, was when I did 21-day fix. Now, here's the thing. Depending upon what program in Weight Watchers you're on, let's take the original points program. You were given a certain allotted points because that was the equivalent of like your calorie intake for that day. Well, cool. And as you would lose weight, you kind of adjust your points and go on. So I really enjoyed this program, but I just need something more. And so when I did 21-day fix, I could see that here are my calories and here are my calories. But on the original points program with Weight Watchers is that certain foods are freebies and certain foods are not freebies. Okay, so on the original plan, vegetables are totally free. You can have as many vegetables as you want. You don't even have to think about portions. You don't have to do really any of that stuff. You can just eat all the vegetables that you want. It's a gimme. Okay, so that I could totally understand in my atypical mind. Like, totally made that, okay, vegetables are good. I can have them all the time. If I have a choice between a fruit or a vegetable, I'll go with the vegetable. Sometimes I didn't make that choice, but the better choice is this. Cool. So then Points Plus came out. Points Plus came out, and then all of a sudden, fruits and vegetables were totally free. And my brain, flipped its shit. Like, it was like, oh, what? What do you mean fruits are free? Because I was so used to counting calories, I knew that fruit, that's a point. That has calories in it. It's not like it doesn't have calories in it. That doesn't make any sense to me. It's not a freebie. And I know that they probably worked it out some way where they added more points to maybe more heartier meals or condiments or whatever. I could understand that process, but then I couldn't understand it. So I never did Points Plus because I couldn't accept the fact that fruit was free. I had done the original program for so long. I just didn't make that process in my brain. So with knowing that, taking on 21 Day Fix, I saw these containers, which was okay. It kind of freaked me out a little bit because I was like, I love big salads. I love huge salads. And I looked at these containers and I'm like, what the hell? This isn't going to fit anything in it. I don't know. No. So I kind of freaked out a little because here I was on this 21 Day Fix plan that told me I was only allowed like 4 vegetables, 3 fruits, and all this other stuff. And I was just like, okay. So already my brain was like, oh, you're being restricted. You're being restricted now. Now it's a diet, And I'd gone so long with not feeling like I was on a diet. It was just a lifestyle change. Well, so I kind of butted heads with 21 Day Fix for, I would say my first round of 21 Day Fix. I totally butted heads. It was really hard for me trying to think of my calorie intake Weight Watchers wise, which I still did. I couldn't let go of my points. So I just still tried to like do the points plus this and try to figure it out so I could still do my points plus my containers. And I made it so complicated that my brain, I don't even know how I got through that first month. But it definitely was very difficult to make that transition. To just look at my containers and know, this is what I need today. Like in this meal, this is one container. And it was hard for me to grasp the fact that, no, you can, and this is my aha moment, this is where I'm getting to, is that Weight Watchers made everything free that was healthy. So basically, fruits and vegetables are free. Well, on 21 Day Fix, it's based off a nutrition plan that a nutritionalist has gotten there, first of all. And you have to embrace the fact that even though I loved Weight Watchers, but they were saying that shit was free when it wasn't free. Okay, so I understood that. Well, 21 Day Fix upped the step just a little bit more and said, yeah, not only is it free, you should not overeat on even healthy things. Meaning, that was my aha moment was, oh crap, I can overeat on healthy stuff? Oh man. And so that was kind of like my aha moment. And then from there on out, nutrition has kind of been just this weird thing that I'm trying to grasp my brain around. Because then you figure out, okay, so I can overeat on vegetables, aka I probably shouldn't be eating all the vegetables in the world because it's not for free. If I have the choice between a fruit and vegetable, I should make the healthier choice maybe, and it would be a vegetable, When a vegetable is pureed, it doesn't make it still healthy. I mean, so there's all these different things you start thinking about, right? And then you start thinking about the sugar that's in normal things, right? So then you're starting to look, okay, well, fruits, I get it now. That's why it shouldn't be free. Like Weight Watchers is saying it should be free, is because it has fruit in it. It has sugar in it. It's sugary. It has calories. It has sugar. It's stuff that's going to go in my body. So 21 Day Fix is basically just regulating all those things that you basically need in your system to fuel your system for what you're doing in your program, okay? And eventually, and I'm going to tell everybody this, is that eventually throughout your fitness journey, you're going to get to a point where you're going to plateau nutrition-wise. You're going to need a little bit more help, and you're going to need a little bit, you might need a nutritionalist to help you figure out, okay, these are the things that your specific body reacts to when you eat them. Do you digest a carrot the way that you should digest a carrot? There are reasons why people say have berries and stuff in the very beginning of your day as opposed to at the very end of the day. I'm still guilty of really liking frozen grapes in the night. There's a reason why people say, you shouldn't have your carbs all at night. You need to have them early in the morning. There's a reason that people say you should have your largest meal in the morning and then work it through the entire day. There's a reason people say you should not starve yourself and think you only have 3 meals because your system's going to react that way. So I think at any point during your journey, you start really getting down to the brass tacks of why meal plans and why certain plans work for the masses, and then kind of narrowing down what exactly really works for you and your nutrition. So as I've been having all these aha moments about, that's why it's regulated on this plan. It's because it's kind of like the next step up from it. I love Weight Watchers. I still love Weight Watchers. I'm still an advocate of it. I still like that they teach you portion control, I mean, to an extent, and they teach you how to eat food and make better decisions. I feel like then once you take that knowledge and you get like a program like a Beachbody program, which has a nutrition factor, you need to kind of be open to the fact that this is like the next step up, which now they're going to regulate how much of those healthy foods, that you should have. And they're now going to tell you what's really, really healthy out of those healthy foods that you thought you were having all the time. And then what's not as healthy on that scale of healthy foods, because even healthy foods have properties in them and all that kind of stuff that aren't necessarily that great in mass quantity. And I mean, so I just hope that this video kind of helps people with a little bit of insight on Weight Watchers and the crossing over to this kind of a program. And again, I'm not knocking Weight Watchers. I love the program. I'm an advocate of it. I was on it for years. I'm just expressing that this is maybe why people are having such a difficulty understanding the program, is because it's kind of the next step up, And when you start grasping those different things, and not saying that Beachbody is like the be all and end all, because even when you go on your Beachbody programs, you're going to hit another plateau, which you're like, now I need to consult a nutritionist, like about what exactly I should be eating and how my food's being digested and what I'm doing throughout my day. And, so there's always levels up to like your progress and doing better and better and better and better things for yourself. So I'm just letting you know that maybe this is what a lot of people are having problems with, because though I love Weight Watchers, and they came with like walking programs and all those other kinds of things. It doesn't have like a full program with it, unlike Beachbody programs. So that's kind of why I transitioned and switched over, is because I needed something different. I needed that next step, and I needed to look at my food with a little bit, just a little more clarity than I was getting on that end, because I'd done it for so long. And then also, even little success story, I'll end with this, is that I used to count calories for a good portion of my life. And now, because I've made that transition to 21 Day Fix, at least now I look at my food as food, and I look at my food as, what does my body need for this day? Like, I need a carb, and I need a vegetable, and I need this protein, and I'm going to need a starch, and I need a healthy fat, and I need this. That's how I now look at food, which to some people that might be really crazy, but for me, that's like looking at food and what it can do for my body, as opposed to these are points and these are number values. Like, I think it kind of, points and number values just didn't let me embrace the fact that it's food and that I should enjoy it. Nowadays, I just stuff my little containers with what I need and I put it out and I'm like, yeah, awesome. I just don't think about it in that sense. I think, yes, now I'm going to have this hearty meal that I know is going to give me the energy to get through my workouts and my program on my day. Okay. So yeah, just a little success story, but, yeah, I hope this helps out, guys. And so any questions like that, I hope this kind of just brings out a little bit. If you don't have this issue, then don't have this issue. If you've been on Weight Watchers and you made that crossover, fine, then fine. This video is not for you. But for those of us that struggled with that kind of like, I don't understand, this might just bring a little more insight to you and just understanding that process a little bit easier. Okay? Have a great day, guys. Bye.